Hi again! At this point we finished the front and back panels, and today we're knitting the sleeves. For the sleeves we have two options. Choose the most comfortable for you. You can either carry on knitting flat as we already did, and I'll guide you through, or you can cast on the stitches with me and knit in the round using magic loop. Either way, I'll show you how to do it. So let's get started. I already finished first sleeve and I'll knit the second one with you. The main pattern will change a little bit, but not dramatically, and I think it's still quite easy to knit it, but it will require you to change the way you look at the pattern for the first couple rows, and then it will be very clear. But if you feel uncomfortable with this, you can still knit the same way as you did the sides of the cardigan and just sew it together. I personally prefer knit everything without stitches because honestly I feel like I'm a knitter, not a sewer. And if I can avoid doing some sewing, then I would always go for that. For the sake of being this video beginners friendly, I chose to knit back and sides separately. If I was doing it only for myself, I would just knit one piece and separate it close to the sleeves for back and sides. For the sleeves though, I just decided to go for one piece, and as I said, if you want, you can knit in with a magic loop with me. I'll show you how to do it, no worries. Or you can just cast on the amount of stitches we use for the sleeves, plus 2 side stitches back and front, which you will use then to sew together your sleeve. Please pay attention that for the rib we are using needles number 7 to create this look that everything is gathered. But of course you can still use number 10 if you don't have number 7, but or you can go to any needles down size, but I recommend number 7 to achieve the look. List which way you decided to choose, knit in a circle as I did, or knit back and forth. We are casting on right now 22 stitches on the needles number 7 to achieve this nice look of the sleeve. Here I have 22 stitches on the needle number 7, and for those of you who knit with me in the circle, we cast on extra stitch. For those who are knitting back and forth, you cast extra 2 stitches. Yeah, very short thread left. And then after that, just make a knot so you won't lose the stitches. Knit back and forth, just start doing a rib one by one. If you knit in the circle with me, we need to first connect it in the magic loop. For that, I need to transfer one stitch, that extra stitch we cast on. I transfer it to the other needle, and then I pull it through the first stitch. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. All right, and then that stitch I pull through, I return into the other needle. Here we have our knitting connected in the magic loop, and we can now knit a rib one by one. So here I knit everything. I do not put side stitches, so I knit one and then I pull, a little bit tricky because this yarn is not made for such a small needles, but I'm sure we can do it. I already done first one and I think it's turned out quite nice. So now we need rip one by one knit, one purl for 6 rows, and regardless which method you choose. And then in the 7th row we are making increases to make our sleeve wider. So I'll see you guys after I knit 6 rows of the rib here. Just one important remark I forgot to mention. Here at the beginning of my row, there's short thread left. Please remember to insert marker when you knit in a circle. That way after a while you won't lose the beginning of the row starts, because when the knitting become long it would be super difficult to understand where it starts and ends. So just place a marker in the beginning of your row and yes, carry on knitting 6 rows. And here I knitted 6 rows of rib one by one, and next is to add from each stitch we'll knit 2. We are doing very dramatic increases, so basically here the first stitch, here's my marker. So from first stitch I knit 2, and I'm still using the same needles number 7. So 1 and 2, and so on to the end of this row. We're just doing increases. I had 22 stitches for the rib, and now it's going to increase to 44. Just exactly twice amount, so we need 2 from each stitch. One more important thing I forgot to mention: if you're knitting this back and forth as we did with sides and the back, do not add extra stitches from the end stitches. Those are just to create a nice edge for our knitting. We're only increasing this 44 stitches from the main knitting. So for your back and forth knitting, you had 22 stitches plus 2 for the sides. You increase only from 22. Do not do any increases from the sides. Now I finished my increases, and it's time to switch to the bigger needles, size 12. I changed one of my working needle, the one I'm going to work with, working needle, for number 12, as we did previously, and for the one with the yarn I still use number 7, so it would be easier to transfer stitches on the bigger needle with the size difference. If you're using interchangeable needles, just do like this. If you're using 2 different needles, just transfer from smaller needle to the bigger one gradually, so now you'll be working with two sets of needles, but it's only for this row. So what are we doing here is we're creating a pattern as we did previously for our back and sides. The only difference that we have no side stitches. I'll show you both first and second row, and then the pattern repeating itself. So the first one is knit, and it's a little bit difficult to see with this fluffy yarn, and the second one is also knit, right? Then this would be purl, and the second one would be purl as well. Here then again, basically I knit from the knit one and pull from the pull stitches. So I again knit one and then second one, and then I pull and pull again. So it's pretty much simple. Doing that to the end of my row, which is marked by the marker, right? The second row, first stitch we knit, then 2 purl, and then again knit and knit and purl and purl. So we're repeating this pattern to the end of the row, to knit, to purl. This first row would be a little bit difficult because of our increases, but it's only for this row. Then it would be much easier to understand. In the end of the row, our knitting is also finishing with knit, and then we're repeating the third row as the first one, and again fourth row would be 1 knit, 2 purl, and then so on, 2 knit, 2 purl, as we did in the knitting back and forth. So it's the only change that we start with knit and end with knit. That's the only difference. I think it's quite simple, and after you knit a few rows, you'll just see that it's quite easy to follow the pattern. Like here I can clearly see after a few rows that if I have 2 knit, then the second row here on this main knit, there would be 1 knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl. One of them would be always knit, one of them would be always purl, and these 2 in the middle, they will change every row. So that's how we form our beautiful rib. So yeah, after a few rows, you'll just notice how the pattern goes, and you will automatically already see every time you knit that, oh, this would be knit, definitely. And then here you see if I knit one, then next one will be purl. If this one is knit, then this one is purl. This one in the middle, always purl. And this similarly, they just if this one is knit, this one is purl. If this one is purl, this one is knit. I hope it makes sense, guys. And we knit like so until our sleeve will reach 41 centimeters. If you want it a little bit longer, 42, 43, I think it's max. If you're a very tall person. Happy knitting, guys. Here, guys, I knitted 41 centimeter of my sleeve, starting from edge of the rib, so basically from here to this point. For reference, I'm 153 centimeters height, so if you are on the taller side, I would strongly recommend to knit longer sleeve, at least 42, 43 centimeters, but if you're similar to my height, 41 should be enough. I'm doing pretty much the same, and I knit one, then I knit another one, and I transfer stitch like this. I pull it through, and all the stitches are, again, it's just knit, and the same way as we did for the back and sides. So we knit one, pull it through, and carry on yarn to the end of the row, and I'll show you one more time how to do the last stitch. This is the last stitch. We're doing it the same way. Pull it. It might be sometimes tricky with my hair. Yeah, and here I want to leave a longer thread as well. So something like 4 times the length of the sleeve. So you see here 2, and here is 2 more. So it should be enough to sew it to the main body. Got the yarn. Guys, I just wanted to share with you that by the end of the second sleeve, I ran out of the yarn and decided to knit from one skein 2 threads. So that's how it looks like. It's simple. You just pull one thread from the middle part and carry on with the end as you normally do, and that's how it looks like. It's easy, and just wanted to share with you so you don't have to connect 2 balls of yarn, and you just can use one instead. And I always prefer to have new one if there is situation like this, so I would keep one used and one new, so I would know precisely how much yarn left. Yeah, just wanted to share this tip with you. We're almost done. I cannot wait to wear this cardigan. It looks so fluffy and such a cuddly thing. Great job on the sleeves. That's the last of the knitting done. In part 5, we'll seam everything together and finish our cozy cardigan. Subscribe so you don't miss the final steps, and let me know in the comments how are you enjoying the project so far.